Dipti, just let us know when you would like us to start, and we can start the
I,
presentation.
yeah, I think you can start. It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to the Professional Services Induction by the admin team for 25-26. So, a huge hello to you all. So, my name is Barry Singh. I'm the Education Administrator. So, I'm here to make sure your online course runs smoothly behind the scenes. I'll be your first point of contact for most admin queries. And I'll just, before I explain what sort of admin queries we can assist with, um, I'll let my manager, Rahima, just quickly introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Rahima. I am the education coordinator for our online programs at UCL and the Faculty of Population Health. I will be supporting Barry in any of the queries as well and any signposting to students. If Barry's not around, I'll be your next point of contact regarding administration. But yeah, nice to see you.
Thanks, Rahima. So just a quick rundown of who we are. So we're the admin team. So we're here to guide you through your enrolment and module selection. So I know a lot of you have completed your enrolment, and there's I think a few that are still waiting to complete their enrolment. So if you have any issues, do contact me. I'll be sharing our email address in the next slide. And for those students that are full-time students, all modules are compulsory, so that diet will be put on for you automatically. If you're a part-time student, the course runs over 2 years, and those modules will be split over 2 years. So because it's compulsory, we'll make sure that that's done as well. We also help with extenuating circumstances, reasonable adjustments, and if there's a need for anyone to interrupt their studies. I'll be discussing that in the next few slides. We're also here to manage the assessment process. So that's setting up Moodle links to applying for extension and eventually sharing your results. We're also here to keep you updated with important communications about teaching, assessments, and university regulations. And we are here to ideally help and resolve your query at first point of contact, but there are instances where we simply, unfortunately, cannot do that because the query sits outside of our remit. So what we will do is put you in the right direction for the extra help with things like IT, fees, or admissions. To sum up, my role is to make your journey as smooth as possible so you can focus on your studies and get the most out of your time here at UCL. So the next slide on how to contact. So that's our email address. So if you have any admin related query, please email that email address. I will be providing Dipti a copy of this presentation. So hopefully it can perhaps be uploaded to Moodle. So if the slides are going too quick, you can always refer back to this presentation. So I do work a 4-day week, Monday to Thursday, but Rahima will be also looking after the inbox too on a Friday. We do aim to respond within 3 working days. Ideally, most of the time it is sooner than that. I kindly ask when you do send an email to us, please do include your student ID number. It helps us locate your student record much quicker, and enables us to get you a response much sooner. And if you haven't already started doing so, please start using your UCL email account. It's good custom to do so because important communication, as I mentioned, will be sent out by the admin team and by the academic team to your university email account. So we want to make sure you don't miss that communication that's been sent out. So please start using your UCL email account. It also ensures that we can identify who you are. Next slide, please. So what can we do for you? So alongside the academic teaching team, we help support the running of your program. So as I mentioned, that includes enrollment and module selection. We'll guide you through selecting modules on Portico, but because this is a a program that's compulsory, all the modules are compulsory. There is no need for any of you to select the optional modules. In cases where there are any issues, then we can manually add modules on Portico for you if need be. Yes, as also extenuating circumstances and interruptions. So we'll be able to advise you on the regulation and support you through the process on how to apply for extenuating circumstances, or if anyone needs to interrupt their studies for any personal reasons, then obviously they can contact us. Assessments, we oversee the full assessment cycle, as I mentioned, from setting up Moodle links, confirming extensions, and preparing your results for exam boards. Regulations, so we'll help you understand and follow UCL policies, offering advice based on your individual circumstances. We understand every student's student journey is different, so the information, the advice we will provide you will be tailored on your circumstances, and we'll do our best to support you in any way we can. And the wider UCL support, so for areas like admins, fees, IT issues, we'll signpost you to the right teams for help. Next slide, please, Rahima. So as I mentioned, we are your first point of contact, but there are some areas that unfortunately don't sit within what we do here within the admin team. So what we will do is signpost you, but I think it's good to get an idea at this early stage what we can't assist you with. So when you do send us a query, we can manage your expectations. So academic questions. So we don't teach or any issues with mark assessments. We'll put you in contact with your module leaders or your program leads as your first point of contact. Fees and finance. So for tuition fee payments or financial support, you'll need to contact the UCL fees team or and the funding teams. And if you do have any technical IT issues, because this is an online program, we completely understand. There will be times where someone may experience some IT issues. So problems like Portico, Moodle, lecture recordings, you'll need to contact the UCL ISD team. So that's their email. That's the web page where to find and get support with IT related queries. Next slide, please. So key dates. This is a very important slide. So the module selection opened for new students on the 8th of September. The enrollment deadline for new student and selecting your modules is the 10th of October. So it's very important to remember those dates. And if you haven't already enrolled, please contact us immediately. If you are having any issues, please do let me know, and we can work with you to ensure you are enrolled well before the deadline of the 10th of October. The UCL are quite strict on the deadline, so we need to make sure everyone is fully enrolled by the 10th of October. And then the deadline for continuing students to re-enroll. So if there's anyone who is a continuing student on this particular induction, your deadline is the 24th of October. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly just talk about assessments. Okay, so we use Moodle, which is the platform we use for all formative and summative submissions. They're made via Moodle. Submission links will be created for you before your deadline. Each student will be given a candidate number, which you'll be able to download from Portico, which should be ready by next week or the week after. So your submission must be titled with your candidate number only. I'm sure this information will be shared with yourselves closer to your submission date. It's very important that you only share your candidate number to ensure your marking remains anonymous. The only people that will be aware of your candidate number will be the admin team. Okay, and then submitting work on time. Late submissions without extenuating circumstances approval will be penalised. Okay, so if you are experiencing any difficulties, email us via the mailbox that I've shared immediately. The earlier you contact us, the better we can guide you. So during assessment periods, we will be on standby to support you. So we understand when assessments will be due, and usually during those periods, we do tend to get more emails because we understand sometimes there are issues. So please contact us as soon as possible if you are experiencing any issues submitting your work on time. IT problems are usually they're not grounds for extenuating circumstances. So if you do encounter technical failures, you'll need to complete a faculty technical failure form and provide evidence like screenshots or error messages. Forgetting your password is not covered. If you do forget your password and you can't log in to submit your work, that's not covered. So in that instance, you'll need to make sure you contact the IT team well in advance, so you can submit your work on the deadline date. Feedback is released on Moodle 20 working days after your submission. If you have been granted extenuating circumstances, reasonable adjustments, or a DAP, which I'll be discussing in the next slide, there may be a short delay, but we do aim to release all marks together where possible. So next slide, please. So delayed assessment permits. So all taught students are entitled to 3 DAPs per academic year. A DAP gives you pre-approved flexibility on eligible assessments. So unlike ECs, a DAP provides you with an automatic extension. No approval process is needed here. Okay, you must submit your DAP before the assessment deadline, but DAPs cannot be submitted more than 2 weeks before the deadline. Okay, so each year you get 3 DAPs, and the DAPs are it's a 1-week extension, 5 working days. So if your assessment's coming up and you're unable to submit on the deadline, you can apply for a DAP free a year, and it's automatically granted up to 1 week, and you don't need to provide evidence. So next slide, extenuating circumstances. So commonly known as ECs. If you experience difficulties that may affect your studies, please let us know. We can guide you through the EC process with your support, with support from the student advisor. So there are possible mitigations. So the possible mitigations do vary. So it could be an extension to a deadline, suspension of late penalties, or it could be an opportunity to take the assessment at a later date, so like a delayed assessment. The difference between extenuating circumstances and DAPs, you must provide evidence for extenuating circumstances. So usually if you do not provide evidence for extenuating circumstances, it will not be accepted. That's why it's vital you contact us as early as possible. So with extenuating circumstances, you need to remember it's for unforeseen circumstances usually. So something close to the deadline that may have happened, which has resulted in you not being able to submit your work. In that instance, you'd need to apply for extenuating circumstances, but make sure that you do provide evidence. Next slide. So reasonable academic adjustments, formerly known as SORAs for those returning students. So the names change as of this year. So for the new students, you'll know it as reasonable academic adjustments, or RAAAs. So if you have a disability, a long-term health condition that may affect your studies or assessments, you can apply for a reasonable academic adjustment. The agreed adjustments can help you ensure you're not unfairly disadvantaged. So that may be extra time for assessments, adjusted deadlines, specific learning support that you may need. All applications are made through Portico. Once approved, your adjustments will appear on your student record in Portico. Important thing to note with this is you should be submitting your reasonable academic adjustment as soon as possible. So next week or the week after, because you want to make sure this is in place, and it will remain in place throughout the whole entire duration of your studies here at UCL on this particular course. So you need to reach out and effectively get assessed. So those adjustments are put in place as soon as possible. The sooner you do it, the sooner the adjustments will be will be shown on your account on Portico. Attendance. So despite this being an online course, it's very important students do attend. Why is it important that you attend? It helps you stay engaged with teaching and learning. It supports your well-being by keeping you connected to your peers and your program team, and it gives you the best chance of success in your assessments. You know, we've seen a correlation with those people that do attend and engage with the studies more. They fare better in their assessments. So what's expected? All students must attend classes. Attendance is monitored throughout the year. So if a student's attendance is below the threshold, then we will reach out to you to let you know that your attendance is low and that you need to attend classes on a more regular basis. Next slide. What can you expect from us in summary? So we would treat everyone with respect, we're friendly, and we would make sure at all times we are professional. We'll send you all important communications you need. So that's update on exams, teaching, deadlines, and the wider faculty announcements. We'll do our best to make sure your time in the program it's enjoyable too, it's valuable, and you feel well supported. We'll make sure that we do our best to respond to your queries within 3 working days. We'll always try to signpost you to the right person or service if your query is outside of the admin department's remit. We will listen to your concerns and, where possible, work with the program directors and student support teams to find solutions where possible. And we aim to create an environment where you feel comfortable reaching out for help, whether academic, admin, or personal. We're here to support you throughout your journey here at UCL. That's it.
I think we had a question in the chat, so I'm just going to go to the chat in a second.
Yep.
Technical issue. Oh, I think that was just Dipti.
Yeah, that was just me.
Okay. If anyone has any questions, this would be a perfect time to approach us. Personal, specific questions related to your personal circumstances, we would address that via email. But anything generic, we're happy to answer any questions here now. Before we go into that, I just had one more point: is we don't, because we're an online program, we won't just monitor attendance via you entering sessions or attending sessions. We will also be looking at your engagement in group work, engagement with Moodle, of the predetermined exercises that Dipti and the program team have created for you guys. So we look at a wider range of stuff. So, yeah. One of the other queries that we had in one of our other online program was the student number versus the candidate number. Both of them are called student candidate. So one's called student candidate number, SCN, and one's called student number. They are 2 different numbers. Student numbers consists completely of number digits, and candidate numbers has letters as well as numbers. Just highlighting that as well. I don't think there's any other questions then. Okay, where will I find these exercises? So the team has worked very hard on our Moodle pages. So once they release the Moodle pages, all these exercises and all these tasks will be on there.
Ishika, so I think what you're referring to is what we call learning bags and any other assignments and things we want you to do. So on Moodle, they show up as with a to-do button on most of the modules. I think almost all, at least for clinical trials. Stats might do things a bit differently. But yeah, learning bags for sure. And then like Rayma and Barry have mentioned, we'll also look at other things. It's just to get an overall picture because we don't want you to get left behind. That's all. We just want to support you.
Yeah. I would recommend to have a look at Moodle and navigate through Moodle. It's quite straightforward. Just in case you have any issues, please raise that with us as well, and we're here to help. if there is no other questions, and feel free to ask anything, then I think we can, Dipti, I think we can finish. I don't see no other questions getting raised.
If you don't have anything right now, you can always email Barry and Rahima. They try their best to answer, so you may not get an answer the same day because, but you will get an answer for sure. They said induction week is really, really hectic for everyone. We have lots of questions from students.
Yeah, just be mindful. You know, we will respond, but it is the busiest time of year. So if you do send an email today, you most likely probably will get a response by Monday or Tuesday next week. But please drop us any queries that you do have. So as I mentioned before, everyone, please make sure you are enrolled. If you're not enrolled, the first thing you should be doing after you finish your sessions today is logging onto Portico and completing your enrollment.
There was in the previous session, one of the students, I think Ishika only, the enrollment question that does come up. Is there a way, would you have access on Portico to show that as a demo or something from a student view? You have that probably.
We don't have it. Yeah, we don't have it as a student view. So this is one of the difficulties that we as administration team face. We don't get a student view. We only get the admin view. Portico is dealt with a different department. So they have a specialized team that deals with the system itself. So the access that we get is a slightly different access to what students get. Again, slightly different to what the business partners get that have the full control over our Portico system. So we don't have a student view. However, if you are struggling to enroll, again, please reach out to us and we can try and navigate you or guide you. And then again, happy for you to share your screen and we can guide you through how to do that. But yeah.
I think they're done for the day.
Okay, then I guess that's it then. Thank you for coming and you'll see us